So I want to talk about Dead Rising 4. Dead Rising 4 hits the store shelves this Tuesday as of this recording, and man, oh man. They've made some changes. Now, is it change for the better? I don't know. Haven't played it. We will find out this Tuesday. Let's just start off, and I don't mean to come across as like a negative Nancy here in this video. I mean, I really don't want to come across as that, you know. I want this game to be good. I've always been a fan of the Dead Rising franchise, especially the first game, okay? But they have made changes here to Dead Rising 4, and those changes, at least on paper, sound potentially kind of bad. Let me explain. The voice actor for Frank West is not returning. They have found someone new. Now, personally, that doesn't affect me all that much, but I know, the reason why I mentioned it is because I know a lot of the hardcore Dead Rising fans are up in arms about this. They're saying, you can't do this. There's absolutely no way that this game is going to succeed without the original voice actor for Frank West. You know, if you're going to bring Frank West back, let's do it right. You know what I mean? That's what the fans are kind of saying. And to me, it's like, as long as this new guy is good, and as long as the overall game is fun and interesting, it keeps my attention, then I really couldn't care less on who they pick for Frank West. You know, and I know that's kind of an unpopular opinion, but honestly, if I get lost in other features that the game has to offer, then I'm not really going to sit there and say, man, I really wish they had the original voice actor back for Frank West. You know what I mean? But that is one thing to keep in mind, that they did change the voice actor for Frank West. Now, there's some other things that they have changed as well. And there is no longer a timer here in Dead Rising 4. Now, there are people on both sides here. Some people like the timer, other people hate the timer. Where do I fall in? Well, I personally, at least in the first game, I did not like the timer. I did not like being rushed. I did not like being just, you know, always on. I just didn't like it, you know, but there are other people on the other side of the coin that are like, we need the timer. It adds a sense of urgency. And in Dead Rising 4, they have taken the timer out. So now you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. You are not being forced to be anywhere. But the whole point of the first game is that you were a photojournalist, Frank West. You were on an assignment. You had 72 hours to discover what the hell happened here in this mall, you know? And it made sense for that game. In this game, I don't even know if it makes sense for there to be a timer, because, I mean, have you seen this game? Oh my gosh, it's like Saints Row 4 with zombies. Now, if it's fun, then it really doesn't matter how ridiculous this game is. But man, have you seen it? It's ridiculously ridiculous. That's what I like to call this game. Ridiculously ridiculous. But getting back to the timer real quick, I think the best way that they could have went about this was to include an optional toggle, you know, to like switch the timer on or off in the settings menu. That way, people get the best of both worlds. If people want to play with the timer and have some sense of urgency, then they can do that. If people just want to leisure about, then they, you know, obviously can turn off the timer. I think that's how they should have went about this, but, you know, I don't know how feasible something like that would be, but I could probably go on and on. I guess in terms of positives, I will say that it looks like it's going to be the best technically performing and best looking Dead Rising game yet. From the footage that I have seen, it looks very outstanding, and I could only assume that on, you know, the performance side, it's probably going to perform better than any other Dead Rising before. You know, in the first Dead Rising game, I remember there always being like, it was kind of chugging at times, but obviously that was way back in 2006. In Dead Rising 3, they kind of figured things out, and I can only assume here in Dead Rising 4, performance will be just so much better, you know? But I guess we will find out come this Tuesday, because Dead Rising hits the store shelves, and I will be doing a review. So if you want my thoughts on Dead Rising 4, feel free to subscribe, and stay tuned. But in the meantime, leave your thoughts down below on Dead Rising 4. And I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.